Good morning and welcome to the E-class of St. Xavier's High School, Adipur. Today we are going to study Science of Standard 7, Chapter number 4, Heat, Part 2. Till now we have studied about the temperature, how we have to measure, which kind of devices can be used and how we can use that device. How this device is helpful for the measuring of the temperature, such as for our body temperature, such as for the weather, such as for the chemicals from which we can come to know their boiling temperature and their melting temperature. Let us see our next topic, that is transfer of heat. As we all know that sun gives us heat, so it transfers this heat from the sun to the earth, so that is also a kind of a transfer of heat. When we are boiling some water, under that fire is there and in a vessel water is there or any liquid is there, then what will happen, that heat will be transformed from the burner to the vessel and from the vessel to the liquid, and then that liquid will get heat. In this way there are different kinds of methods of converting this transfer of heat. In solid it is known as conduction, and in liquid the transfer of heat is known as convection, and in the gases the transfer of heat is known as radiation. Let us see in a deep form. The heat flows from a hotter object to a colder object. So the flow of the heat is from the hotter object to the colder object. In fact, in all cases heat flows from a hotter object to a colder object. Let us see what is conduction. The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the cooler end of an object is known as conduction. In solids, generally the heat is transferred by the process of conduction. The materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are known as conductors of heat. For example, aluminium, iron and copper. The materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are the poor conductors of heat, such as plastics and wood. Poor conductors are also known as insulator. It is very important. It can come in one mark. The dash is known as the poor conductor of heat. So answer is insulator. The water and air are poor conductors of heat. Now, what is convection? When water is heated, the water near the flame gets hot. Hot water rises up and the cold water from the sides moves down towards the source of heat. This water also gets hot and rises, and water from the sides move down. This process continues till the whole water gets heated. This mode of heat transfer is known as convection. So the water is heated from the bottom and the cold water is on the top. So what will happen? This hot water which is heated, the cold water which is converted into hot water by the burner heat. What will happen? That water which is very hot, now it will move up, and from the sides of the container or the utensil the cold water will come down, and this way the whole water will get converted into a hot water, and this whole process is known as convection. Let us talk about the radiation, that is the transfer of heat in the gaseous form. From the sun, the most important and the common example of the transfer of heat, that is from the sun the heat comes to us by another process known as radiation. The transfer of heat by radiation does not require any medium. It can take place whether a medium is present or not. Let us see, for example, when we sit in front of a room heater, we get heat by this process. Okay, a hot utensil kept away from the flame cools down as it transfers heat to the surrounding by the radiation. Okay, so what will happen if we remove the container at a place where there is no heat? So what will happen? It will gradually get cool. That water will gradually get cool. How it gradually gets cool? Because it transfers heat from its utensil, that is water containing hot water, utensil containing hot water. Okay, that will transfer the heat into the surrounding. Our body too gives heat to the surrounding and receives heat from it by radiation. In this way, the transfer of heat is also done by the radiation method. Now, the most important topic, that is sea breeze. Where the sea breeze is there? Sea itself says, the name suggests that it is the breeze. Breeze means air coming in from the sea. Okay. The people living in the coastal areas experience an interesting phenomenon. During this day, the land gets heated faster than the water. Okay. During the day only it happens, not in the night. Sea breeze means in day and land breeze in the night. This is one difference between these two. Okay. During the day, the lands get heated faster than the water. The air over the land becomes hotter and rises up. The cooler air from the sea rushes in towards to the land to take its place. The warm air from the land moves to the sea to complete the cycle. The air from the sea is called the sea breeze. To receive the cooler sea breeze, the windows of the house in the coastal areas are made to face the sea, so that the cool air from the sea comes to the houses. Okay, as the lands get more faster, heated more faster in the day as compared to the sea. From the sea, the cool breeze will also move towards the land, and for completing the cycle, the land breeze will move to the sea. That is known as sea breeze. The same exact opposite, that is land breeze. At night, it is exactly the reverse. The water cools down more slowly than the land. So, land gets cooler faster in the night, land gets hot faster in the day as compared to the sea. So, in both the cases, the land is faster. Okay. In the sea breeze also, land gets hotted very fast, and in the land breeze also, land gets cooler very fast as compared to the sea. So, the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called the land breeze. Let us see in the picture formation. See, here you can see that here is the land, here is the sea. From the sea in the day, the cool breeze moves to the land. Okay, and from here, from the land, the hot air goes up and moves to the sea breeze for completing its cycle. And this whole process of sea breeze is done in the day, whereas in the night, the land breeze occurs. From the land, the cool air moves towards the sea, because sea gets less cooler than the land. Okay, so from the land, the cool breeze will move towards the sea, and the hot breeze that is hot air from the sea will move towards the land. And this way the cycle will get continued. Now, we all wear different kinds of clothes, okay, in different kinds of season. All hot bodies radiate heat, means emits heat, releases heat. When this heat falls on some object, a part of it is reflected, a part is absorbed and a part is transmitted. Okay, the temperature of the object increases due to the absorbed part of the heat. You know, we wear different kinds of colors. In the colors also, the transfer of heat are different. As we all know, sun gives us heat. Okay, so when we absorb the heat, the rays which are absorbed, that absorption is the only reason of the heat. And the rays which are reflected, they do not produce heat. So by this we can conclude that the rays which are absorbed, that is the heat is absorbed. From the absorption of the heat, only the heat will be measured, okay, or can be felt. So let us see, one question will occur in our mind, that is, why it is more comfortable to wear white or light colored clothes in the summer and dark colored clothes in the winter. So the answer is very clear that dark surface absorbs more heat. Okay, therefore we feel comfortable in dark colored clothes in the winter. So the dark colors will absorb more heat. They do not reflect the heat, whereas in the light colored clothes like white and the cream, they are the light colored clothes. Okay, what they will do? They will reflect the light. Okay, they don't absorb the light. Who absorbs the light? The dark color. Okay, and the light color reflects the light, so that the temperature remains low. Light colored clothes reflect most of the heat that falls on them, and therefore we feel more comfortable wearing them in the summer. Woolen clothes keep us warm in winter. In the winter we use woolen clothes. Wool is a poor conductor of heat. So it is a poor conductor of heat. It doesn't allow the heat of our body to go out of our sweaters. Okay, as in our surrounding the temperature is very low in the winter, so we wear woolen clothes. But in our body temperature, that is 37 degrees Celsius, okay, that should be maintained. That's why we wear woolen clothes, to maintain our temperature of the body. Okay, so what will happen? These woolen clothes doesn't allow the heat of our body to transfer, and this woolen clothes will not allow. So what will happen? Our body temperature will remain constant, okay, and it will not be able to get removed from our body, and our body will be warm in the winter also by wearing the woolen clothes. Moreover, there is air in between the wool. This air prevents the flow of heat from our body to the cold surrounding. So we feel warm while wearing the woolen clothes in winter. We often use electricity and fuels like coal and wood to keep our houses cool and warm. Okay, so the coal is burned or the wood is burned for the heat. Okay, that आग जलती है, and then we keep our body temperature in the constant form, that is 37 degrees Celsius, near about the 37 degree Celsius to maintain the body temperature. Is it possible to construct buildings that are not affected much by heat and cold outside? Yes, this can be done by constructing outer walls of the buildings so that they can trap the layers of air. One way of doing this is to use hollow bricks. Okay, the bricks should be hollow, which are available these days. So that what will happen? It will maintain the temperature. So your home assignment is read all the activities of the chapter 4 from your textbook. If any doubt, you can ask me in the live class. Okay. So whatever activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, whatever the activities are there, just go through it and read it. And if you are having any kind of doubt, okay, you can ask me in the live section class. Thank you and have a nice day.